Good morning. This is Dr. McDaniel at GYN Corner. I'm a board-certified obstetrician-gynecologist in New York City, and I'm bringing to you all things health-related for women. Thanks for joining me at the corner today. And yes, I'm still at the horse farm. This is part 2 on I want to get checked out because my husband, fiance, boyfriend, significant other, blah, 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 was told he has genital warts, or was told he may have genital warts. So I want to know what's going on for me. And as I stated at the last presentation, genital warts are also called condyloma acuminata or condylomata acuminatum, and they are growths of the genital region, so the saddle area or the perineum. Everywhere your body would touch the saddle of a horse is fair game for genital warts. Now, that being said, I've been practicing for 28 years, and I can count on one hand where I biopsied, I removed a growth that turned out to be a genital wart, and it was not in the genital region. So I had one patient who had a genital wart on her finger. I had another patient who had a genital wart on her belly, and another who had a genital wart on her breast. Those are not common locations, and that is always due to what we call self-inoculation. So as I mentioned briefly at the last presentation, genital warts or condylomata are due to a viral infection. That virus is human papillomavirus or HPV. Now, there are over 180 strains of HPV. We've identified 11 that are most likely to cause genital warts, which are benign growths of the skin layer in the predominantly genital region. Excuse me, I'm at the horse farm. I have allergies. and by virtue of the name genital warts, or we used to call them venereal warts because they're sexually related, they're always in the genital region, except on the rare occasions where someone scratches the viral activity or scratches the wart, and I'm going to assume it's usually while they're asleep. They're not aware, but they can be quite itchy. So they scratch the wart and inadvertently pick up the active replicating virus of the human papillomavirus. They pick that up under their nails, and then they inadvertently, while it's still actively replicating, so that means quite quickly, they scratch another area. So you have to produce microscopic cuts in the new skin where you are effectively transferring the virus from one area to another area. And if you do that, you will potentially have genital warts in a non-genital location. So if it looks like a genital wart, but it's not in the genital location, it's always best to have it removed, sent to pathology to confirm the diagnosis. Now, last time we left off, I stated that the genital warts or venereal warts are due to a viral infection, human papillomavirus, and most people know that it is sexually transmitted. The vaccine, the Gardasil, does not cover all of those 11 strains. It covers 2 of those strains. It covers, it covers 2 of those strains. HPV 6 and 11 are the 2 strains that the Gardasil vaccine is attempting to decrease, because those are the most common of those 11 strains of HPV that cause genital warts if someone gets a wart. Now, whenever someone is exposed to human papillomavirus or HPV, does not mean that they're going to get a warty growth. The people who get warty growths means that they have the virus, but it further means that their body's immune system was not able to suppress the viral activity to prevent a growth. Now, some people will have viral activity present. If you do a random culture of HPV, you can pick it up and they won't have a growth. But the manifestation of a growth always means that the virus is replicating and has had enough time and fortitude to cause a growth. These growths of genital warts always grow fairly slowly. So usually if someone's fairly astute, they'll say they noticed it when they were washing or putting lotion on, or they were scratching and they felt a bump or something. They will usually come in and the growth will be often the size of a poppy seed. And it's been there for maybe a week or two. Occasionally someone will come in because they thought the growth would go away, or they thought it was a pimple or a zit, not a big deal. And when they come in, it will be maybe the size of a caper or a small BB shot or a peppercorn, and they may say they noticed it for 3 or 4 months or 5 or 6 months, and they noticed that it was just getting bigger, so they figured they should come in. So they are usually fairly slow growing. If someone has a large growth, and size of peppercorn or a BB shot is fairly large, or if they say they just noticed it, they don't think it was there a month before, then that should always be removed anyways. So if it's fast growing or if it's pretty big, it should be removed for diagnosis, because 1, it may have irregular, abnormal, or precancer cells, and 2, the larger the growth, the more likely, the more viral activity is produced, and the more likely the possibility that it will spread. They'll have additional growths, because the more viral activity that's present, the more virus that's spread, and the more likely it will produce additional growths. So the catch is someone can have the virus, not have evidence of the growths, which is most commonly what happens when someone comes in saying that their significant other, with whom obviously they're sexually active, has been diagnosed with the genital wart. They want to know if they have it because they don't have any warts. So I'm going to stop there in the presentation today, because I'm trying to keep track on having some short presentations. And the next presentation should be the finale on I want to get checked out for warts because my significant other is told he has it. So thank you for joining me at GYN Corner. I hope this has been helpful, informative information. If so, please hit the like, subscribe, follow buttons. Check out the YouTube channel and our podcast, also GYN Corner. And you have a great rest of your day. Thank you.